What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having an amazing day today because we are getting ready to unbox and try on my arch nemesis, Boxycharm. Dun dun dun. No, but seriously, put your boots on, ladies, because this shit's about to get deep. Welcome back, you guys, and I'm sorry if I look a little bit pasty, but I only have half of my makeup done because, as I said, we are going to be unboxing and trying on our March 2019 Boxycharm box. Now, as most of you guys know, I kind of have a little bit of a love-hate relationship with Boxycharm. I mean, love to hate them, hate to love them, and I'm sure they feel the same way about me, which is why I absolutely do not receive my boxes for free. I pay for them out of my own pocket, just like the rest of you guys do, so it is what it is. A little bit about Boxycharm. They are a $21 a month, a $21 plus tax because, you know, Uncle Sam's gotta get his. But they are a monthly subscription service that mainly deals in makeup, sometimes hair care, skin care, you know, all the things that us beauty junkies just gotta have, right? So last year, Boxycharm gained a lot of popularity. I mean, they had some amazing boxes, featured some great companies. I mean, you had the 1 in 5 ColourPop palettes, the Baddington lashes, the Bum Bum cream. I'm sure you all remember that. So I guess it was at that point when they were selling out left and right, Joe said to himself, how am I gonna top this? Or maybe he might have said, how am I going to make more money off of this craze? Either way it goes, the child that was born out of that little think tank became what is now known as BoxyLuxe. And we all remember what happened with BoxyLuxe's launch. I mean, hearts were broken, dreams destroyed, hopes dashed. It was just, yeah, it was a typical Boxycharm launch. I mean, let's just be real about this. So to me, ever since some of these limited edition boxes and BoxyLuxe has released, Boxycharm itself has kind of become a little lackluster, or maybe a lot lackluster. I mean, you know, everybody's entitled to their own opinion on this. But either way it goes, I mean, to me, Boxycharm has just kind of became the middle child, so to speak, you know. Not as much time and effort went into it as the firstborn, not as much love and affection goes into it as the baby, but just still needing to be provided for, but kind of there, you know, the middle child. And I'm sorry if this analogy offends any middle children out there. I mean, it may not be how it went in your household, but it is kind of how it went in mine, so. Anyways, so let's open this box up and see if this is one of those lackluster boxes or if it's, you know, out of the park. Well, let's see. We'll try on the products. You guys know I will give you the real review. All right, so whenever you open your Boxycharm box up, just for those of you guys that are new to Boxycharm, whoops, there goes a product. There's usually a little card inside here. And if you flip it over to the back or open it up, there is a little number on the bottom there. I don't know if you guys can see it. I'm sorry, I have a really bright light. There we go. There's a little number there on the bottom, and that is which box you get. They normally have 4 different sets of boxes. This is number 2, as you guys saw. Sometimes they have up to 6. So yeah, that is which box you get. All right, now let's see what that first product is that fell on the floor. And it is the Wonder Beauty Lift Off Purifying Brightening Peel Off Mask. Now, I'm pretty sure Wonder Beauty made this specifically for Boxycharm. So, I don't know how I feel about those, you know, one-time only products because, I mean, how long did they really put into this? Is this really one-time only for Boxycharm, or are they just saying that? Did they not release it until Boxycharm came out? Now, I will show you guys. This is kind of a little pearlescent looking. It's pink, very pearlescent. Has, I don't know, like a, not like a fruity smell to it, but I don't know, it's different. It's kind of chemically, but it's like they tried to fragrance chemicals. Yeah, that's really the best way to describe it. It's like they tried to fragrance chemicals. So yeah, I put this on the back of my hand. We'll let it dry and see how it peels off. You guys know how much I love my peel off mask. You should always do a peel off mask. I'd say at least once a week. It helps clean your pores out and all that junk. So let's see what else is in here. Okay, so we have the Moda brushes, the powder and soft glow brush. So let's open these up here and see. Now, I've never used Moda brushes myself, so I'm kind of curious to try them out. I know one's supposed to be like a big fluffy brush, right? And this is like a powder brush, and then this is kind of like a highlighter, or, ooh, that's really light. I wouldn't maybe use that as a blush brush. I mean, maybe if you have like a really pigmented blush, then that would probably be good for that, but otherwise I'd say, yeah, that's strictly a highlighter brush, because that is a light brush. The handle is light. I mean, that's really light. I mean, like the actual brush is light. I can't get over how light that is. So this is a little heavier for sure and a lot thicker. So yeah, this is, I don't know, I almost like my powder brushes like this, you know, really light and just fluffy, you know. This would probably be really good for brushing underneath the eye too, if you get like any fallout from your eyeshadow, or like your mascara, if you get the crappy mascara that, you know, falls everywhere. Y'all know how much we hate that. All right, moving right along. So we have the Ofra Long Lasting Liquid Lipstick in Monaco. Now, or Monaco, I guess is how that's pronounced. Now, I am happy to know that this is not an orange, because God knows we cannot have enough orange Ofra lipsticks. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad that this is a wearable color at least. All right, next in here we have the Manicadar Beauty Bloom Volumizing Mascara. So I'm curious to see what kind of mascara brush is on here, and to try this out. So we'll see how well that works, if it ends up being one of those crappy mascaras that get all over the place. And last but not least, we have the Cover FX Perfector Face Palette, which has finishing powder, highlighter, blush, contour, brightener. So yeah, this ought to be really interesting, because if you guys remember the last time Boxycharm tried to do one of these, we all remember this little disaster right here, right? Y'all remember this disaster? I remember it. Anyways, so yeah, I'm curious to see if this is kind of like that, or if it's amazing. Cover FX does make some great products, so we'll see here in a second. All right, you guys, so I removed all the wrappers and whatnot off of everything. Now, I will say this Cover FX palette does have, as you can see, a nice big mirror, which I do really, really appreciate that. So thank you, Cover FX, for that. So yeah, as I said, this has a finishing powder, a blush, a highlighter, a contour. So I guess let's go on into this. Now, neither one of these brushes are a contour brush, so I'm gonna grab a contour brush right here. And let's see how this works. Now, me personally, I'm not usually a fan of powder contour, but I guess we'll look at, well, that's not bad. It's pretty, it's dark, it's really dark. Really dark for me. So I guess just go a little lighter on this side. You know, and whenever you do your contour and it's a little too dark, you can always take your little beauty sponge that you put your makeup on and just kind of dab it back out. That way you can kind of get them to match a little bit. Put a little more on this side. Now, whenever I do my contour, I kind of suck my cheeks in. Like so. You know, just kind of do that. This is really hard not to do this in my bathroom. My bathroom lighting is so much better. Yeah, I can't tell on the camera. Probably looks all jacked up, but moving right along. So let's find us a blush brush and try out this blush. Whew, this looks like a really pigmented blush. So I'm like barely going to dab into that. Now, if you have a really pigmented blush, I would really suggest using like a synthetic, very spaced apart brush. I really like this Luxie Duo Fiber brush. Duo Fiber brushes really work great for very pigmented blushes. It just works wonders. So I like to do my blush, like my contour, my cheeks, then my blush, then kind of go back around and kind of do the rest of my contour, just mainly because you create lines that way, you know, and it's just easier to like find the light. For me it is anyways, especially when I have crappy lighting like this, 'cause I'm broke. And I can't afford all the fancy lighting that all the, you know, big YouTube artists wear and use. Not wear, use. I don't know why I said wear. It's hard to talk and do makeup at the same time. All right, that looks pretty good. That looks even. Do I look even? Probably not. Yeah, I think it looks pretty even. So now I'm gonna go into my Cover FX powder here, because I like to kind of cut my contour line here. And this is why I don't like doing powder contour. I don't like powder contour at all. I really like my cream contours. Now I will say Anastasia Beverly Hills has a great powder contour though. This one's not bad. It blends out pretty nice. Okay, so we're gonna let that sit for a second. And we're gonna try out these little highlighters. So there's two different highlighters in here, and I will swatch them both on my fingers for you guys. So this one is, let's see if they got the colors in the back. Let's see. Starlight Divine. So this is Starlight on this finger here, which I will put right there. And then this is Divine. So it looks like Starlight is a little golder and Divine is a little pink, if I have those names right. I'm not for sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know. So anyways, let's try out this brush right here, and we'll try this pinky looking one right here. Like, I don't really feel like I'm like getting any product on the brush, but I guess I am. I can see a little bling there. I mean, I don't know, me personally, I like my highlight to be like bam, and I just like don't feel like this is like cutting it. Like, I don't feel like this brush is like getting into it like I like. A highlighter's nice though, but I don't know. I really like my, I mean, it's really probably good. Let me see. Yeah, it's good for a highlight up here on the top where you just want like a tiny little bit. But, all right, I'm gonna grab my regular highlight brush. Fan brush. Yeah. So the highlight's nice. It's nice. I like it. I don't like that brush for highlight though. I think I'm gonna literally save that brush for like sweeping stuff out from underneath the eye, that kind of thing. Yeah, I think that's totally what I'm gonna save that for. Now, I will say that this highlight doesn't go on as easy as like, say, like my Ofra Rodeo Drive, but you know, it works. It works. It's pretty. All right, brightener. I've never really used brightener before. So, I mean, you know, I've used like a banana under eye brightener, so I guess that's a brightener. All right, we're gonna wipe this brush off and maybe try this brightener with that. Oh, okay. All right. So yeah, I think maybe this brush is good for a brightener. Yeah. There we go. That's not too bad. That's actually kind of pretty. I think I might actually use that. All right, Cover FX. I see what you're working with. Let's try this finishing powder here. Me personally, I like to dab my finishing powders on. Because I feel like if you brush it on, you're just like wiping everything that you just did away. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. All right. Yeah, it's not too bad. Got a little color to my face now. Not as much as I normally would if I had my bronzer and, you know, all of that stuff. But it's all right. It's all right. It's okay. All right. Now, let's try this Manna Kadar Beauty Blooming Volumizing Mascara. Okay. Huh. It's a very interesting wand there. I'll show you guys that. Very interesting. Yeah, I don't know if I would call this volumizing. I mean, it's like, you know, it's definitely length. It definitely makes my lashes look longer. But I don't know if I would necessarily call this volumizing because, like, they don't really look thicker. They just look kind of longer. I mean, like, normally you guys can really see my lashes on camera, and this is just kind of like, eh. Yeah, I don't know if I'm a real big fan of this mascara, y'all. Okay, so, I mean, but Boxycharm sends us, like, tons of mascaras, so, you know, they all can't be a hit. All right, let's try, last but not least, this Ofra Long Lasting Liquid Lipstick in Monaco. I mean, what the hell? Okay. Like, is this, like, old or something? Did you guys, like, see how, like, chunky that was when it just came out there? Okay, maybe it was just the first dip. I don't know. We'll see. The color is really pretty. I mean, I will give it mass credit. Ofra, you know, two things they are really good at, and that is their liquid lipsticks and their Rodeo Drive highlighter is off the chain. Ah, that is a really pretty color. I really like this color for summer, you guys. I mean, normally I get the shit colors when it comes to Ofra lipsticks. Like this one last month, what was this? Miami Fever, I mean, it is orange. But this Monaco, this is really pretty. And it's just got a very pearlescent finish. See that? I mean, it's really pretty, and it dries nice. It doesn't wear heavy or anything. That's why I love Ofra lipsticks. So I'll show you that on my hand. There's the color on my hand. See, it's kind of just like, bam. So it's pretty. It's really pretty. So our Wonder Beauty, ouch. Okay. So it's all right. It's, you know, not as thick in you know, pore filling, or I guess peeling is some of my other masks, but it's not a bad mask. I mean, Wonder Beauty's not a bad brand. So, you know, it did take the makeup off the back of my hand that I had on there from earlier. So, you know, gotta give them credit there. So anyways, I mean, overall, you guys, I have to say, I do, with the Cover FX here, let's see, the highlighters, they're pretty nice. I don't know if I like them as much as I like my Ofra, but they are nice. Now this brightener here was like that. The contour, not a big fan of the powder contours, period. But I mean, overall, it's not bad. You know, if you just grab this as a kit and go, it's not a bad travel kit. The finishing powder, I mean, you know, it does look a little pore diffusing. So I mean, I can't see my pores as much, and it does have kind of like a glistening glow to it. The brightener, now that kind of surprised me. That little brightener right there, I mean, it surprised me. I'm not gonna lie, that surprised me. The blush was nice. It's very, very pink, but use a duo fiber brush. You'll be good to go with that. So yeah, overall, I mean, this is definitely way better than this was. So, you know, I think Boxycharm stepped up their game when it comes to their sculptor palettes that they're putting in their boxes now. The brushes, the powder brush, I don't know if I would necessarily use this as a powder brush. You guys know for powder brushes, I like something nice and fluffy. Now this, if it was bigger, would make a great powder brush, but it does make a good brightener brush, and I would say it would make a great brush for like sweeping under the eye, that kind of thing. But as far as highlighter, nah, I like my fan. So I think this might make a good blush brush if it wasn't so thick. Maybe a good contour brush even, I think this one would be. So yeah, that's how I feel about that. The Wonder Beauty Lift Off Purifying and Brightening Peel Off Mask, it'll get used. I mean, it's not gonna be my favorite all-time peel-off mask, but I mean, when you're in a pinch, it'll work. So not bad there. The Ofra lipstick, oh, I love this. Absolutely love this. Great color. I mean, I really like the pearlescent in it, and I like just the wear and feel of it, and it's really nice. I like it. And last but not least, the Mascara Beauty Bloom Volumizing Mascara. Wasn't a big fan of this. Now it is lengthening. I think this would be good as like to initially put down on your lashes to kind of like spread them out, and then put like maybe a Better Than Sex or something on there over top. Because the one thing I hate about the Better Than Sex is sometimes it gets a little clumpy. So I think maybe putting like a base like this on and then putting like the heavier stuff on over top might make it a little easier to deal with, which I do sometimes. So I think I'm probably gonna use this for that. So overall, I would say that this is not a completely lackluster box. Now I know a lot of you guys are probably wondering, why did you not get the BoxyLuxe box? Well, I have an answer for you. Because I feel like that box was definitely a little lackluster for me. You know, I mean, they are doing the the whole skincare box right now, and yeah, I felt like, you know, how do you go from a $45 Violet Voss palette to a $16 Morphe palette? You know, like, this is what I'm talking about. And on top of that, I mean, you can spend $21 for this box right here, $16 for the Morphe palette, and have a majority of what was in the BoxyLuxe box for less than the $49.99 plus tax that you would have spent on the Boxyluxe box. So that was me, which is why I just got the Boxycharm this month. Maybe next time I'll get the Boxyluxe, we'll see. Only time will tell. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, please be sure to do so. If you would like to watch another one of my videos, I will definitely add some at the end of this one. And I love you all so much. Bye.